The cloud was supposed to make everything better. No servers, no hardware headaches, no maintenance, just the endless storage, the instant access, and the freedom to work from pretty much anywhere you want it. Sounds great, right? Except at some point that freedom turned into dependency. And now most people and businesses are realizing that the cloud wasn't a revolution, it was a rental agreement. With the cloud, you don't own your software or your storage. And honestly, you don't even own your own data anymore. Let's go back to the early 2000s. At that time, businesses were drowning in hardware. They had servers, backup drives, patch updates. All of it was managed by whoever drew the short straw in IT that week. Then came the pitch. What if you didn't have to own any of it? What if you just had your data live out there? There was no hardware to manage, no software to patch, there was no downtime. I mean, the cloud solved real problems. Collaborating with the team got easier, storage got cheaper, teams could work anywhere and still get their stuff done. It felt like progress, like the future had finally arrived. I mean, we were completing projects from the comfort of our own home in our bunny slippers or in coffee shops everywhere. How great is that? But then that's where every illusion starts. The cloud was optional at first. You would still buy the software, install it, and own your files. But then Microsoft launched Office 365. Google followed close behind and turned G Suite into Google Workspace. And then of course, Apple made iCloud the default for everything. Suddenly, the old mode of you buy it once and then use it for as long as you wanted to started to disappear. You weren't just purchasing the software anymore, you were leasing it. That shift changed everything about how we use technology. When you stop owning your tools, you lose control of your environment. The updates, those aren't really your choice, and the storage, that was not your infrastructure. The price, that was never fixed. Convenience comes with a cost that hurts more than just your wallet. On paper, the cloud looks efficient, but in reality, it's expensive, fragmented, and pieced together, and it can be really frustrating to manage. Think about it. The $10 a month subscription for Microsoft 365 or Google Workspace sounds fine until you multiply that by every user at your company. Then you add your storage tiers, your tools, your add-ons, the backup licenses, all the extras. What started as cost saving now becomes a slow, silent drain of hundreds or even thousands of dollars a month if you don't keep track. And then when something breaks, you can't fix it yourself most of the time. You just have to wait and hope that your provider and their support team decides that your business is worth prioritizing. It's less responsibility and less cost up front, sure, but a lot less control. And here's what people don't realize. The cloud isn't automatically safer. Yes, these huge companies have world-class security teams, but the biggest risks aren't technical, they're contractual. When your data lives in someone else's systems, you have to play by their rules. If there's a breach, you might never hear about it, and breaches happen all the time. If your data gets deleted, it's probably gone, unless you backed it up somewhere else. I've seen that happen way too many times. An intern or a new employee deletes an entire folder instead of one individual file. That's always a bummer. And then if you stop paying for the software, access denied.
Welcome. Voice activation required.
Thor.
Access denied.
We tell clients this all the time. The cloud isn't a backup. It's just the act of storing your data on someone else's computer. Moving to the cloud doesn't eliminate risk altogether. It just spreads it out across more vendors, more apps, and then you have more failure points. Here's the real problem. Once you build your entire operation in a cloud ecosystem, you can leave. But vendors don't exactly make it easy. Microsoft has your email, files, user management, all tied into 365. Google has your document storage and authentication. Apple has your backups, photos, and media. You're locked in not by the technology itself, but by the dependency and how easy it is and how familiar it is. No matter how much they tick you off, you're more than likely going to stay because making the switch sounds like a pain. And that's the point. The deeper you go, the harder it is to leave, and then the more you put up with. It's brilliant business, but it is terrible for users.
It's good for business. Well, you should see us the rest of the year.
For businesses, there is a huge hidden cost of the cloud. Every new app means that there's another compliance hoop to jump through, maybe another user license to procure for a new hire before their first day, or another security hole to monitor. You traded the physical servers for vendor dashboards and performing those license audits. And now you're managing all your vendors instead of the technology at your office. you didn't really simplify, you just moved the complexity somewhere else. For most of us, the cloud promised freedom and a more organized life. You could sync your photos, back up your notes, store documents anywhere, anytime. I'm pretty sure most people even have their grocery lists on their devices nowadays. But now that freedom comes with those strings attached. If you stop paying, even if it's on accident because you got a new credit card or you forgot to update your email address on file and didn't get the notifications, you're going to get locked out or lose access and everything that goes along with that. You can't archive your work offline. You can't hand down your digital library. You don't even really own your photos anymore, only the permission to view them online. The photos you sent to your doctor of that weird mole you have, those belong to Apple. The cloud didn't give us total freedom. It gave us data storage with conditions and an expiration date. The cloud isn't evil, it's just misunderstood.
They're not evil, you know. They're just misunderstood.
The problem isn't the technology itself, it's the dependency we formed around it. We gave up the ownership for the convenience. And it doesn't have to stay like this. If you want, you can take back control by backing up your cloud data locally. I see those types of backups like insurance. Hopefully you never have to use it, but the one time you do, you are so happy that you had it. You can also use mobile device management to secure endpoints. I view endpoints like doors or windows on a house. You want all of them secured by your alarm system. You can also standardize your software across your team so it's easier to manage. And then those audits you perform regularly will become much more streamlined, and the more often you do them, the faster you'll get. Choose vendors that let you export or migrate your data freely. This will give you peace of mind. Businesses that treat the cloud as part of their strategy and not the entire thing are the ones that stay flexible, secure, and sane through it all. People who build a hybrid setup of local and cloud are the ones who never wake up to find their life's work living on someone else's servers. So yeah, the cloud did change everything, but by chasing that simplicity, we gave up something that we didn't realize mattered so much: our own control. The illusion of the cloud isn't that it doesn't work, it's that it works too well, until you need to leave or switch to a different platform. That's when you realize the truth, that you don't really own your data. You rent it, and then like anything rented one day, it could be taken back. So I'm not saying abandon the cloud entirely, but to remember what it's meant to be. It's meant to be a tool, not a trap. Thanks for watching. The lesson here isn't to run from the cloud, it's to rethink of how much your business or your life depends on it. What's one part of your setup that you would never move to the cloud? Let me know in the comments below, and if you want more honest conversations like this, hit subscribe. We've got a lot more to talk about.